What's up guys, Day-to-Day Gamer back again, and today we are looking at the Earth Temple in Paper Mario, the Origami King. I guess Earth Vellumental Temple is the official name, and I'm going to show you how to get every single collectible, every single bit of everything in this place. So, to start it off, there's this question mark block. We're going to start with the question mark blocks. Right on the path, this one is super easy. You can't miss it, and wouldn't you know it, there's another one right there. So that's 2 down. There's actually a hidden one on this little patch right here. That's your indication. Just jump up and collect that one. There's a few hidden ones throughout here, and some are harder than others. That one's one of the easier secret ones. And there's another one on this path. There's 4 question mark blocks in this little nook area right here. So yeah, they're pretty congested in some cases. I know that usually I'll collect a block and think, okay, there must not be another one near here. I can look elsewhere, but that is not the case in this place. So if that's the way that you operate, you're gonna have to flip that on its head. Another one on the path. This is an easy one. You just collect it as you go. Gives you a nice little hammer weapon. And then same thing eventually up here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm trying to see if there's any sort of collectible or way you can get into a secret area, which there was not. Up here, there's another one that you can grab, but you gotta fill in the not so bottomless hole first, and then give it a good old whack with your hammer. And you can collect yet another one. This one is again another easy one that's on the path, and only gives you 100 coins. It's kind of a jip if you ask me. This is one of the secret ones. So right over here, unmarked, completely unmarked. I was jumping around seeing if there was anything because it seemed like there could be, and I happened to hit one. And this one actually gets you one of the collectible treasures. So if you're missing one of those two and wondering where it is, it's in the question mark block. And that was the last one I actually needed. I'll show you where all the rest are later, but that was one of them. There's another secret block near the entrance here, again completely unmarked, so you probably would have missed this on the first run through unless you were just jumping everywhere. So there's that one for you. Another one right here, completely unmarked again. This temple's full of these unmarked question mark blocks, so I'm sure there was at least one of these that you're missing and wondering where on earth it is, and you don't want to go jumping around everywhere. This one's a little interesting. So I happened to just hit this with my hammer. I don't think this is the way you're supposed to collect it. It works, so by all means use my method if you like. So you'll see after I collect this here that we actually head back down to the lower level to collect the coins that flew out. And it turns out there's actually another question mark hidden here, question mark block hidden here. So I think what you're supposed to do is get this one first, then go on top of that, and then jump again. I happen to do this in the complete wrong order, but it works. So you do you, and but there's 2 more, and then the last one, another secret block right beside this secret block, unprecedented. Probably weren't even thinking of jumping around anymore after you collected the first one. This one only gives you 1,000 coins, but that will be all your question mark blocks in the Earth Temple. Let's move on to the collectible treasures. So this one is just off the beaten path, not super hard, but you have to kind of head down the left side there to be able to find it. That'll get you your first collectible treasure. The next one is just down here. Again, not hard to find unless you just didn't come to the lower level, and that'll grab you the rocks trophy. Super exciting. And then of course the one that I showed you before. When you collect this question mark block, this will actually be your 3rd and final collectible treasure of the Earth Temple, which will be the pipe. And that is all the treasures in this Earth Temple. There's not that many. It's not like the question mark blocks. Next, we'll quickly go over all of the not so bottomless holes, just in case there's any you missed. They're pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to explain each one. Most of them you can see as you go, but in case you didn't notice one, or you didn't head down a certain path and you missed one, I'll give them all to you here just for completionist's sake, to have them all in one place, and for anyone who happens to need it. That's the case with most of the holes in this game. You know, they are collectible and you do need to 100% it. And often there'll be like one you missed that, you know, you don't have to look very far to find it. But it's good to have in one place because there are a couple that are kind of sneaky. And even if it's not here in the Earth Temple, they're, you know, just around a corner, or, you know, blended into a tree, or whatever the case may be. I don't know, whatever the case may be, another rhyme. And, you know, it's good to have the visual here and to be able to see which ones you missed and which ones you didn't. So hopefully this helps someone out. Also, let me know in the comments any not so bottomless holes or collectibles in general that just completely stumped you that were, embarrassing that they stumped you. I like to hear the embarrassing misses that you get with the collectibles, because I'm trying to show off all mine as I find them, because there's some times where I've completely dropped the ball on something and missed something that, I then searched the entire rest of the level for before coming back to, say, the beginning and realizing, oh, it's sitting right there by the entrance, and I just happened to not look. So do you have any stories like that? Are there any that you missed that you then searched for only to realize that they were right in plain sight? Let me know in the comments. I don't know that there's any in the Earth Temple for me that were super embarrassing misses. There are definitely embarrassing misses on other levels that I'll be making sure to highlight. But this one, I think it was pretty self-explanatory. The ones I was missing, they were pretty well hidden. All right, so moving on to the toads. There's this beetle that'll come out from behind the rock here. Give that a smack with your hammer, and you will collect toad number 1, or at least it was toad number 1 for me. If you hit to this little music box here, the voiceover box, a toad will pop out of the top. You need to pull him out to save him, and then he is going to start giving you a VO or a voiceover recording here anytime you play this box, because apparently the box is broken after you hit it with your hammer and pulled him out. So if you're into some toad narration, you can listen to that box to have him narrate for you. There are a couple of beetles that come out when you hit that rock, and they go scattering. You have to go find them, which might not be obvious if you didn't pay attention to how many came out. One of them is hiding behind the stairs here, so if you just pop behind there, you can collect that toad. There are 2 others, or 1 other, that ran out from that rock as well that you have to find. One of them is on the wall here. It's the yellow tinged one. This guy actually owns the Fun and Funky accessory shop just outside the temple. So when you free him, you have access to that shop now. And then there's the last one here on the ground from the ones that burst out of the rock that you can collect. And then there's one more in this little section that is a little tricky. So all these lights that are dangling, you have to just jump at them all, and eventually one of them will pop out a crumpled up toad, which this one's easy to miss if you're not happening to jump and hit these lights. I happen to just jump around pretty much everywhere, so I got lucky there, but that one is a hard one to get on your first time through if you're not really looking at every nook and cranny. This one, on the other hand, is really hard to miss because it's the guy being chased by two bats in plain sight. So after you beat the bats, this crumpled fella here will be saved. His text box kind of is all crumpled as well and creased all over the place, which is interesting. But that is the last toad in the Earth Temple, and that is every single collectible. Hopefully this helped you out. If it did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Any support helps. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.